Hey everyone, it's 7:37 p.m. on 30th of November 2022. I've been sitting here with my laptop on a cushion on my lap for at least the last good 5 minutes. It's been a really good day. It's been a jam-packed day, but a day where I definitely feel good for adulting. I will explain what I'm talking about. So, I realised that boss has been my natural alarm, yeah. So let's face it, we're all aware, and if you're new, as soon as I set an alarm, it's almost a given, I'm going to sleep in. The only time alarms actually work is when I know I have to get up to be somewhere. Anyway, boss wakes me up because I close the dog door at night time. And he used to wake me up at 8:30, and now he's waking me up at 7:30, and I realise it's probably a daylight savings thing. Anyway, I've been up since then. I had to fill my pillbox. Filling my pillbox honestly feels like it takes forever. It takes roughly 20 minutes in actual reality, but even that sounds like a really long time to fill a fucking pillbox. But I'm on so much medication, it's unbelievable. But I'm doing the best I can, and I figure, as I keep saying, that's all any of us can do. So I was working through the same seminar I've been working on, because it is basically all just like learning the software from here on out in this particular seminar. And I'm getting a lot better at it. There's like particular things that I just keep fucking up in my brain. And it's like one of those like blatantly obvious things. Once it's taught or shown to me how to do it. Since having the full sort of, oh my god, what the fuck, I'm not trying to I'm not getting my degree to get a job, because I'm not like a casual job maybe where I work from home and my own hours, sure, wonderful, like an editing sort of thing, but I'm all sorts of fucked up, and we're aware of all of this, yeah? So I'm on disability for a reason. I need to figure out how to prove my residency so that I can get some help. But anyway, I was working my way through, doing okay. Let's say 1 out of every 6 I get real stumped on, which isn't too bad. Now that I've really realised that all I care about is getting the actual degree and being done with it, I definitely feel better. Fuck. Oh, Jesus. The neighbours are like being really loud. I'm gonna pause you guys for a second, okay? They're still at it, but the reason I'm a nosy neighbour is because I've not long come inside from spending just over 2 hours talking to one of the neighbours. He's living in his car in the front yard, and his car's a hatchback, and he's taller than me. So, like, I sent Graham a message after I'd come inside, and I was like, I'm really struggling. I'm like really struggling with knowing that there's a man sleeping in this car right next door to me when I have this much space. Graham was like, you cannot do that. And I was like, I do know this, and I'm not going to do that. But at the same time, it's almost like I feel like I'm going against my own beliefs, because I've been saying since day dot, people on drugs are still people. I mean, let's face it, people all over the world will consider me a fucking drug addict. I smoke weed every day. That's fine, whatever people think. I know that I'm not. Yeah, it's getting real fucking intense. Like, boss is freaking out now too. So, me and the neighbor talked out in the front porch for ages. Like, oh man, this is fucking. I'm gonna have to come back. I'll be back. Okay, so I pulled the curtains completely shut because even boss was starting to get like worked up. It is 7:46 in the evening. I will do just a quick run through of my day. But before I do so, I had something said to me today that has definitely worked its way under my skin. Not in a bad way, because it's always good to get other people's opinions and to hear other perspectives. I guess I just really need to set the record straight, because anyone who comes along and just randomly starts watching my videos, like say we're in the 300s now, it's like day 336 or something like that, because I said this a lot at the start. These videos, this channel, my website for storytelling is built and made and created by me, predominantly for me. So I'm highly aware that the last two videos, for example, are crap. But you don't have to watch them, is my theory. Yeah, I don't tag anything. I don't try to make my videos pop up so like thousands of people are watching them. I'm not even interested in any of that right now. I'm good with my solid 303 supporters, subscribers, and to all of you, thank you. Like, it's amazing. It means the world to me, but I'm really happy. Like, I don't need 300,000 fucking subscribers and whatnot and this and that and everything else and being paid and everything, because, like, I'm still me. I'm still just trying to figure out me. Like, I just want to get through uni, and when I started this, it's like everything else I've ever done in my life that I've said I'm going to do, as in like this is a life-changing like moment. You either do it and you do it right, and it's like these videos are as important to me as it was quitting ice. These videos aren't made to make me this world-renowned speaker. These are my online diaries that I like stream consciousness into my camera, and then I upload because in some weird way it's almost now like I have to, because I've known this was coming for years. I have been seeing this exactly what I'm doing right down to it. The only difference is that when I started seeing myself making videos, I had an ice pipe next to me, not a weed vape. And I was a very different person back then. And the person I am now, I'm fucking proud of myself. The 2 hours I spent talking to the dude next door, like, he gave me more respect in those 2 hours than yeah, like, some people just, like, I shouldn't have to tell someone more than once that I'm not interested in dating. I shouldn't have to. I fucking wear a ring. Don't fucking ask. Don't try. Don't even attempt, yeah? But, ironically enough, it's the guys who, smoke the ice and get the raids happening that are, well, two of them are really nice. Does turn out they are being evicted. As of tomorrow, apparently, I've been told they need to be gone. Does explain why I have seen, obviously, utes and that coming and picking up stuff, but, like, I haven't been out much, and I definitely haven't seen an entire house worth of stuff go. But yeah, I couldn't really get a straight answer on what was happening with that. Though at least I do have some clarity on how I went from having bad neighbours to, like, even, I feel bad saying even worse neighbours, because, like, genuinely, the one I talk to, you don't talk to someone for 2 hours if you don't want to talk to them. Like, he's actually really good company. And, like I say all the fucking time, people on drugs are still people. So, yeah. Like, I've been given info and this and that and everything else, but I'm obviously thinking, let's not share shit in reality. Well, they still do live next door. But just the fact that I had to, like, pause this video twice and completely pull my curtains due to how intense and loud the conversation was becoming, that is why Graham is like, can have all the empathy that you do, but you have to leave it there. And I know that because I said to him today, like, that I could see how there were, like, a few times throughout the conversation he wanted to have a pipe. And, like, I read people, and I was like, I am sorry. I was like, but you know that can't come into my house. And he was like, wouldn't have even asked. And I was like, yeah, I didn't think you would, but, and I said to him, like, he's obviously doing it wherever he's doing it, in the car, doing whatever. Like, my vape is right next to me, I'm not excusing people on ice. I'm just, I guess, saying that I can see the different side of it because I was there. Yeah. He thinks it's awesome though. Like I said, it's been over 6.5 years. But these videos help me stay sane on my really fucking, oh my god, I'm going to do something extremely dangerous days. And they hold me accountable to being a part of reality, because up until very recently, with meeting Victor, like, I have spent a lot of time alone. Graham and I have spent, a few days together based on everything that's happened, but, like, we still mostly talk via message, sometimes video chat, but, I fucked up a few nights ago and let my anxiety get the better of me, and questioned him on something, and since I'm saying that, I'll have to fucking explain it. So this whole statistic software thing has been fucking with my head to the point where I'm like, I need a second screen. Yeah. And then it was Black Friday sales. And Gray was able to find a decent screen for a good price, and I was like, hey, while it's the sales, maybe let's have a look at whatever it's going to cost for a computer, because him and his dad built them, and I was like, maybe if I just get the basics, then we can, like, go from there. And he was like, yep, that sounds great. And, excuse me, originally it was going to be like around 600 or so, yeah? Then it grew. Then by the end of it, it was $1,568. And I remember that exactly, because it's a fucking lot of money when all I originally wanted was a second screen. And mind you, these are all pieces of computers. Not a computer I can just plug in and use, just pieces of a computer, right? Now, I fully trust Graham and his dad, so I will very much clarify that I knew he knew what he was doing, yeah? And that when he said it was an absolute deal and a half, based on like $1,568 to me sounds like a fucking like crazy amount of money for a computer, but apparently it was really good for what it was, which is all fine and good. But this is where I guess I fuck up, because he was like, I can pick it up because they've got a store in his location and then another store like in a location he has to drive through to get to mine if one doesn't have it, whatnot. And then he would bring it to mine and then put it all together, which all sounded well and good, right? Excuse me. Until I realised that I need this, like, basically immediately. The entire point of getting the second screen is because I'm already struggling with a unit that I need to be able to see two things at the same time, yeah? And I guess this entire time in my mind I'm thinking, he knows that I've literally no idea what he's on about. These are just gibberish numbers to me, okay? With price tags, yeah? And so, and this is my fuck up, I know this, and in my mind I'm like, okay, so he spent a lot of time researching this, and he did, and he put a lot of work into it, and I was fucking incredibly grateful, and I absolutely would have gone through with it, I think, except that this whole time I was assuming without realizing I was assuming, because it turns out you can just assume shit and then not know that's what you were doing until it smacked you in the head, I guess. But I just figured that he would pick it up as soon as it was available and come straight down and do it, because like this is, like I said, something I need ASAP, like immediately, yeah, like the screen could have been here by now, you know. And there's absolutely no way I could do a single thing with any of it until he was able to come to my house. And at this point, it was like Monday, and it started on the Friday because I remember Victor had come over, and that's when I was like, I need the second screen, and Graham found it, it was all good, and that's when he went like, and I was like, maybe just have a look because of the sales. But anyway, when it got down to actually paying for it and doing all of that, I asked Graham when he would be coming down to, or he mentioned something like, I'll pick it up and I'll leave it at my house until I get to see you. And that's, I think, when reality kind of kicked in, and I was like, wait, what? I was like, when will that be? I was like, I guess I hadn't even really thought about it because, like, I need it for uni. I'm already behind in uni and I have literally no idea what any of this shit even is, yeah? And yeah, it was like reality just fucking hit me in the face. I was like, hold on a minute. I'm like, I'm about to spend like almost $1,600 on pieces of computer that I don't understand. I have literally no knowledge of, and I'm completely at the mercy of someone else who thinks he can tentatively book me in on the Sunday, so almost a week, but actually can't confirm. Now, I love my friend. He's awesome. I just couldn't comprehend how he could comprehend that I would be like, anxiety got me. It got me. And I remember sort of being like shocked, obviously, and I was like, I'm so confused. I'm like, and that's when I obviously said to him, I'm like, I was like, when do you think you can come? And he told me, and I was like, do you mind if I ask what you've got on? And he told me, and this, like, I guess yeah. I mean, I totally invalidated him without even obviously meaning to, right? Because he had his reasons, and I don't know. I guess I thought coming and helping me put the computer that I've just spent $1,600 on because he suggested it was more important than going on a date. And that's when he called me on my shit and was like, hold up. And he was like, I know we have different things going on. He's like, but I'm not changing my plans to help you. And I was like, yeah, no, my bad. I completely see that, and I'm really sorry that you've wasted your time. But because of that, I'm obviously just not going to buy the computer. So, like, and that's like, I kind of think it hit me. I was like, it almost made me like I felt really bad because I felt bad to my friend. I also guess I felt bad in the sense of, I don't know, it kind of just brought home once again that I really need to remember that I truly am the actually only person who I can rely on. And there's no disrespect to any of my friends, but I don't know. So a lot happened, lots going on, and again, it's like I have no plans for Christmas, right? I've spent Christmas alone so many times, yeah. And when I was at Graham's house, for the day that we thought, the day that we tried to study and it didn't really happen because the family friends were there. I mentioned to him and his mum, I was like, if you happen to feel like having an adoptee, I'll be just spending Christmas at home with boss, you know what I mean? Like if, you're willing to sort of adopt me for the day. Now, Christmas doesn't really mean anything to me at all, but it doesn't negate the feeling of like spending a public holiday alone is hard. It's harder than a normal day, I will give you that. But spending, say, Christmas and your birthday, that one pinches. I'm going to be honest, yeah? And it is what it is, yeah? I'm not the only one. My neighbour said the same thing. But I was like talking to Graham, like via Messenger, while working through the seminar, and that's right, he was telling me about how much the graduation tickets cost to attend, yeah? And I was like, can I just transfer you the money so that when your family gets their tickets, they can get my one too? And I said to him, they're not going to mind if I said, do you think, like, I don't remember how I put it. I was like, if I'm going, like, I'd like to go with them. Do you think they'll mind? Like, in my mind, I'm thinking, like, of course I'm going with them. But again, I'm assuming without even realizing I'm doing it. And his answer today about the ceremony, which is in, I think, maybe February next year, sometime in the new year, his answer was, it will depend on how Christmas goes. And I was like, as far as I know, I was like, Christmas hasn't been confirmed. I was like, no one said anything, so I figure I'm not welcome, or like that maybe they haven't figured out the nicest way to tell me or something. And his response was, I don't know, it's ages away. It hasn't even really been brought up. And like I said, because like this conversation, and it was absolutely nothing to do with him whatsoever. It's just, I guess, how different perspectives can be. So it's the 30th of November today, ergo the 1st of December tomorrow. That's 25 days until Christmas. So I guess 25 days is so ages away when you know you've got plans and you're going to be surrounded by people, family, friends, ones you love. 25 days is not that far away when you're like, okay, I'm mentally preparing myself that I'm spending another Christmas alone, yeah? Or, with my dog. And like I said, it wasn't him, but within myself, I could feel myself becoming like really irritated and angry and upset and all of the feelings that make studying fucking impossible for starters. And I knew I needed to just walk out, walk out away, just get the fuck away from everything because, like I've said, I'm doing all good. I feel like I'm good. My life is great, except that I'm walking a tightrope and doing the best I fucking can. But in walking away, I went outside and I was able to mow my backyard. It's uneven at the moment because I had to do it at higher places, for like I knew I'd have to do it twice. But I'm fucking happy it's done, and I'm like feeling like I've totally accomplished that one at least. I mean, I fucked up a tiny little bit because I went to pick up my rake to bring it back in before coming to sit down and make a video and have food, and just ended up raking half of it, which just pushed me over the edge that tiny bit. So I had to take a little bit more pain med. But even though I haven't finished the seminar, I'm just like, fuck it. Literally need 50 and I'll be fine. And yeah, basically did that, mowed the yard, messaged, because I'd already messaged Victor and I was like, do you want to come over and walk boss with me at some point? And he decided to ride his bike over, which was perfect because he was like, I can leave, now. I'm like, well, let's finish the lawns. So I jumped in the shower and, we had a good walk. And this is where the thing that was said got under my skin, yeah? So Victor started watching my videos, and hi Victor, if you watch this. But he's only come in the last, I don't know, month or so, yeah? So it went along the lines of, that your last few videos is pretty much just been like nothing video, like very short, just I don't really remember the wording, but the basic point is, I mean, even I know this shit, I literally called last night's videos something like, these videos are shocking. I'm super aware as the creator of my content how it is. But he said something along the lines of, if you're not going to do it properly and if there's no real agenda, then like why do it at all? So for those of you who are unaware, there is never agenda. This is a daily online free consciousness blog where I talk about everything and anything and how I feel, what I believe, and all the rest of it. to my camera, to all of you, and then I put it on the internet. And I'm okay with that because I'm the one doing it. And I'm going to keep doing it. And if I have days like I have in the last couple of days and the videos are fucking 30 seconds long, it's still, how do I put this? There are things that I have put my mind to that I'm just not willing to fuck up. I have missed one day in the last 336 days simply by pure accident. And I do not count that crap. This is so important to me. Like, it doesn't actually need to make sense to any of you, because the ones these videos do make sense to are the ones that I make them for, you know? So if you're watching me and you cannot relate to me on any single level whatsoever, that's okay. You know, keep watching if you want. Don't if you don't. But I'm going to keep making my videos. And I prefer the ones where I actually manage to talk and have a decent conversation. But I'm like at 31 minutes and 41 seconds and I'm exhausted and I need to eat and like I need to lie down. We walked, Boss. We went on a decent walk. Boss was buggered as fuck, yeah. I came back and did some more of my seminar, and then when I stopped for a cigarette and ended up talking to the neighbors for 2 hours, the neighbor for 2 hours, and I literally, like, I started to crash, like, just hit me out of nowhere, and he was like, "You are literally crashing," and I'm like, "I am crashing, yep." And I guess I did. I just felt bad because I knew I was coming inside to my home. And this is where, like, gratitude is so important. I'm so fucking grateful because that man is in his car. And it's breaking my heart. But yeah, these are my videos. They will make sense to the people they need to make sense to. And I'm just going to keep being me. But I'm wrecked. And I've asked Victor if he wants to go for like an early morning walk with Boss and then a game of tennis, so then I can come home and do some uni before my therapist session, because I'm probably not, I don't know, I'm not going to preempt how I'm or what I'm going to do after my therapist session, but I don't tend to usually really want to do an awful lot after that. So it's 8:15. I've spoken for 33 minutes and 33 seconds, and that seems like a really good amount. So if you're here along with me, thank you. You're all wonderful, and your support means the world to me. And yeah, I'm hoping much more chilled live is here to stay. And at least when I dive the way I have a few times, like last Thursday, I get myself out of there so much faster. I have faith in all of you, along with me. For now, good night, and I'll talk to you all tomorrow.